Hi, I watched The Eclipse and here's my review. Students challenge the school's rules as the student prefect is tasked to stop them from protesting. Things get more difficult for him, however, when a new student, Ayen, arrives and seems to want to bring chaos to the school. This drama is actually quite different from what I expected of it. However, this did not stop me from enjoying it to some degree. In the first place, I thought this drama was going to be supernatural. I didn't really read the plotline, what it was going to be, and I did watch the trailer, but it was a very long time ago, and so I just thought this drama was going to be supernatural. But it's not the case, so if you haven't watched it, don't go in thinking it's going to be supernatural, because it's not. However, despite it not being supernatural, I still enjoyed it a lot. The casting is pretty great, can't lie, there's a few well-known actors in it, and that's the second reason why I tried it, because I knew a bunch of people in there. So yeah, just don't be surprised, it's not supernatural. Maybe I'm the only one who was surprised, but I don't know. Other than that, the acting is pretty much on point. Honestly, I was really into it. I was really into the drama and their acting. So to me, the acting was pretty good. Also, the OST isn't bad at all, which for me, usually in Thai BL dramas, the OSTs are nothing very memorable, but I did like it in this one. So good point for this drama as well. Overall, I enjoyed this drama. However, I enjoyed mostly only the romance part, not everything else that has to do with the school. And I'm going to explain why in a tiny small part right now. So like I was just saying, to me the romance is very cute. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know, maybe if it's also because of this, but I do have a little something for the actor playing Ayen. I don't remember his name, but wow, he kind of seduces me. I don't know, I just have a thing for this actor, and so maybe that's why I was also so immersed in the romance. But yeah, I really enjoyed the romance a lot, and not just this couple, but the secondary couple as well. I did enjoy it. It was nice to see this other actor that I don't know the name having his romance as well. Fortunately, this romance takes a lot of place in the drama, because everything that has to do around the school and the malediction and the rules and everything, I didn't like it. So basically, I do like the idea behind it. The idea, the messages they want to put forward. I understand all of that, and I'm all for revolution and everything. I don't know if it's from my French blood, but all this, I agree with everything. However, I feel like their whole battle in this school is a bit shallow. We don't get enough. They say they fight against rules that they say are too strict or too old-fashioned, but they don't really talk about said rules. The only one they really talk about, we have two, is no phones in school, and the fact that they have to wear a uniform. Well, for me, uniform doesn't shock me. We don't have uniforms in France, but I wouldn't be against uniform if they wanted to introduce it. For me, it's not really a problem. The only problem they talk about is the price, and yes, I guess this could be a problem, but you see, it's okay. And the second thing they talk about is phones. So phones in my high school were not prohibited. You could have phones, but don't use it in class, of course. But in middle school, we couldn't have phones, and we couldn't have these little MP3 players we had back in the days to listen to music. We couldn't have this either. So to me, this doesn't really shock me to not use your phone in school. So you see, to me, these rules can be a bit annoying, But at the end of the day, it's just cool. You're just going to be there for 3 years, maybe 4 years. I don't know how it is in Thailand, but 3 to 4 years you're going to be there. Just follow it. Then you're going to go into university, and then you'll be able to do what you want. That's how I felt when I was in middle school. It was annoying. I wanted to use my stuff to listen to music, but I knew that once I would be outside, I would be free anyway. So to me, that's why it felt a bit shallow, because they don't introduce enough rules and not enough strict rules to go this hard against the school and its rules. So every time we had some people manifesting and protesting and going all out against the school, I just couldn't get into it because I couldn't really understand their true motivation for that. Maybe it's because I'm too old already and younger people will relate more to this, or maybe I'm just not the only one in this situation and not really relating to their battles. But when I compare to when I was in school, maybe if we always had uniforms before, like some countries do, maybe I would understand. But I don't know, because I know when I was younger, I didn't want to have a uniform in school. I just felt like this would just not let students be who they really wanted to be. So I understand if younger people would think this way, because I know I did think this way before, because I had a particular style. I used to style myself very dark and things like that. And so I wanted to be able to show this side of me, this part of myself. So I know back then I was against uniforms. So maybe it's a question of age as well. Maybe I'm just not in this age for these kind of battles, because now I do think uniforms wouldn't be a bad thing. But apart from that, I like what they want to talk about freedom of speech and all of that. It's really things I think are important and should be fought for. So this is not the problem. It's just the fact that it's in a school. Like usually in a school, you just have to follow the rules of the school. And in this case, they don't explain the rules well enough to really relate to the people fighting against it. At least that's how I see it, in my opinion. Finally, 2 little quick things I want to mention is first that we have a man saying I love men when coming out to his parents. This is pretty rare. Usually they say they fell in love with a man, something like that, but they don't usually say plain outright I am homosexual, and they do it in this case, so I really enjoyed that a lot. And second thing I really enjoyed is to see a couple of middle-aged men. So we never see that. I don't know if I've seen it already with such older actors before. And I did enjoy that. We don't see them much in this drama because obviously one is deceased, so you can't have much of their relationship. But yeah, it kind of came as a surprise, and so I really enjoyed this surprise that they were actually together, and I enjoyed seeing them being kind of cute together and, you know, exchanging rings and hugging each other. It was very cute, and yeah, I would have liked to see more of that. And that's all I have to say about the Eclipse. Ultimately, this is a drama that I enjoyed mostly for its romance, but luckily the romance takes a lot of place in the drama, and so this way I was able to very much enjoy it, despite the fact that I wasn't very much into everything else the story has to offer. So because of this, I still recommend this drama if you haven't watched it. If you have, don't hesitate to tell me your own thoughts about it. Did you go in thinking like me that it was going supernatural? Am I the only dumb person here? Please tell me I'm not the only one. And yeah, just your thoughts about this whole story and the plot around the school and the rules and everything. But that's it for me with this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!